Hebrew Torah 101, and in this video, we're discussing Genesis 1 and 26. So we have Wayomer Elohim Na'ase Adam Bethalmenu Kidmuthenu. So God said, let us make, or we desire to make, man in our resemblance, or our representation, in our fashion or manner. All right. So Wayomer is a verb that indicates third person masculine singular. We know this because of the prefix yod, third person masculine singular. Yod conjugated within the verb with the wa consecutive wa'ikdol. All right, so Hebrew is a VSO language, meaning the verb has to agree with the subject in person, number, and gender. All right, so although the word Elohim here is conjugated in the plural, third person masculine plural, we conjugate it or translate it in the singular, all right, meaning one God, all right, because the verb represents that. If we wanted to say that the word Elohim was plural here, we would change the verb to Wayomeru, and they said. Now, I say is a verb expressed in the first person, common plural, cohortative, put all verbs them, meaning that the one God that is speaking, he is not speaking to himself, but he is speaking to a council or some other beings. All right. And he's saying, we shall make man in our image and our manner. All right. So this is not, however, saying that the word Elohim is, since the word Elohim is plural, that there are multiple speakers and they are all saying, let us make. But this verse is indicating that there is one creator or one speaker, which is why you have in verse 27, Wa'ibra Elohim, he created, God created. Again, you have the third person masculine singular, wa consecutive with the verb bara, all right, meaning he or it created when God created. The word Elohim is also used as a superlative, meaning it can be used to address one person in the highest degree or form. Today we call it formal speech. So we're going to take a look at a verse in Exodus chapter 4 and verse 16 for an example. And he shall speak for you towards the people. In context, this is Aaron, okay? And it shall be, he shall be for you a mouth. Talking about Aaron still. And you, the you here is Moses, shall be for him a God. Okay? So we don't translate Elohim here as Moses shall be gods, but singular, a God. The us being referred to in Genesis 1 and 26 would be the angels of God, quote unquote, the council of God. So we see a similar situation in the book of Isaiah chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 2 for a little bit of context. Seraphim standing from above him, six wings to one. So each angel has 6 wings, 2 covering his face, 2 covering his feet, and 2 flapping in a flying motion, so to speak. Now in verse 8, is the key verse. So we understand that we have angels in context surrounding God and, shouting for glory and all those things. So in verse 8 we have your little focus. Wa'ishma et kol Adonai Omer. And I heard. So the prophet Isaiah saying he heard the voice of Adonai, which is Hashem, the God. And he said, Ith mi ishlach, who will I send? Who mi yelich lanu, and who shall go for us? So God is talking to his council of angels, and he's asking him, who will he send and who should go for us? All right. The us is in reference to the council, the entire legion of angels who sit before him and go back and forth, to and fro for his presence.